Spins in a big first serve there with a nice little kick, 40-15. Set up 2 game points. Seven aces for Shapovalov to Fritz's 4 in this one. Shapovalov goes for the first serve, unable to connect. Second delivery into the Fritz forehand. Too much for Fritz to corral that one back into play as it jumps on him. Though Fritz still leading 5-4, and he will serve for the opening set when we return. All right, Fritz now serving for the first set. It's a let court here. First serve. Into the Shapovalov backhand. Puts it on the line. And the ball is called out. Shapovalov thought he'd clipped the back of the line there. A little bit of a late call. But it was indeed out. Oof, not by much, though. A couple millimeters. Fritz, forehand. Fritz serve into the Shapovalov forehand. Unable to get that one to go. 30 love for Fritz. Just 2 points away from the opening set. Fritz, another big serve, but that one lands just long. Fritz, second serve into the Shapovalov forehand, who misses it long. And 3 set points coming up here for the American. 40 love. His coach coming out off the bench there for a little sign of encouragement. Clenching his fist. 3 set points here for Fritz. Fritz goes for the big first serve. Shapovalov the backhand chip. And Fritz misses that one just long. And he'll have 2 more opportunities to seal the opening set here. Coach telling him it's okay. He still has 2 more opportunities to get the job done here. 38 minutes of play in this one. Fritz, big serve, unable to get that one to go as it clips the net. Second serve coming up here. Fritz spins it into the Shapovalov backhand. Shapovalov goes down the line. Fritz with a huge backhand cut there, but that one just sails wide. Close call there, but out by just a couple of inches. Fritz kind of taking a rip at that one, not interested in staying in the point, and thought it was best to go for broke there, but thought he had it almost. But Fritz ends up sealing it with an ace there, 6-4. Great set of tennis from the American. Just too good ultimately in this one, and too streaky of play from the Canadian. Yeah, 13 winners for Shapovalov to Fritz's 8, but 15 unforced errors to Fritz's 11. Just doing a better job once in the point, especially off that forehand wing. Fritz, first serve goes wide here. A double fault. And Fritz gets a big first serve there and ties things up. 1 game apiece here. Back to the Shapovalov delivery. Shapovalov into the Fritz forehand. Inside out forehand wing here. Forehand goes for the drop shot. Poor drop shot. Fritz able to get to it. Slides. Shapovalov with the pass, a little backhand volley. And Shapovalov unable to come up with the backhand volley there. Stays hanging in the net there. Poor drop shot from Shapovalov, but Fritz doesn't do much here when he gets to it. And then Fritz quick reaction there. And Shapovalov unable to get the backhand volley. Shapovalov trying a little Bit of variety here to start things off in the second set. Huge first serve there down the tee to get it to 15-all. They're reviewing that one, but it looks like it just clipped the line. The line judge is confirming that one. Shapovalov now, big first serve again. Fritz able to get a deep backhand return, and Shapovalov misses the backhand cross-court wide. And just too many mistakes there from the Shapovalov wing. $11 unforced errors to just 5 from Fritz. Shapovalov now. This is the first. Shapovalov into the Fritz backhand. Goes into the Fritz forehand here. Backhand, wild backhand miss, and 2 break points from Taylor Fritz. And the Xavier coach liking what he sees from his player. Really digging in here to get trying to get a quick early break in the second set. We'll give him a little bit of breathing room here against his opponent. Shapovalov needs a big first serve here, unable to find it. He's going to have to go with the second delivery. Seems to be rushing here just a little bit. Goes for the second serve. And a wild forehand miss, and that does it. Break for Taylor Fritz here in the second set. All right, Denis Shapovalov now picking things up in the second set. 30-love here, second serve. Bit breezy conditions here in the pavilion. Remember, just the first time that the Owls are playing outside all season. Much more of an outdoor team when given the size of this team, all sort of in the 5'10", 5'11" range, but looking at the Temple players like to play sort of that grinding style of tennis from the back of the court, much more suited to the outdoor conditions. Shapovalov there able to get the ace and leads 1-0 here in the second set. Remember, Fritz won the first 6 games to 4 in just under 45 minutes. Let's take a look here at the stats from the first set. Fritz unable to outserve his opponent, just 5 aces for him. An unusually low number compared to the 8 aces out of the Shapovalov racket. Shapovalov also, though, donating 6 points there, 6 double faults to just the 1 off the Fritz wing. Fritz here in the second set, serving. Into the forehand, backhand cross court. Looping forehand off, Shapovalov flies long, and Shapovalov is upset about that one. Fritz has done a good job all afternoon of sort of moving Shapovalov around. All right, and we get things underway here in the second set. Shapovalov staring a 1-set deficit in the face here. 6-4 opening set for Fritz. Shapovalov into the backhand of Fritz. That one sails long. Shapovalov needs to be a little cleaner here in the second set. Some big serving there in the first, but come with the 6 too many double faults. Shapovalov now into the Fritz forehand. That one is just long. Shapovalov let there. He'll take a second serve. Shapovalov into the Fritz backhand, forehand. Shapovalov with a monster forehand there. Fritz going into the Shapovalov forehand, and he nails that one down the line to give him a 30-love lead. All right, Fritz with the break now. 2-1 into the Shapovalov backhand. Loops it there. Fritz with the backhand just long there. Great height there from Shapovalov. to force Fritz into the awkward positioning. Love 15. Fritz been able to take care of his service pretty handily thus far. Good for Shapovalov to get the early lead here. Big serve from Fritz. That one is wide. Fritz into the Shapovalov backhand, who goes into the forehand of Fritz. Backhand cross court from Shapovalov. Forehand into the Fritz. Shapovalov miscues there on the forehand wide as Fritz is able to tie things up at 15 all. Yeah, Shapovalov, unfortunately, they're unable to stay in the rally. Fritz with the serve into the Shapovalov backhand, which sets up a nice little 1-2 combo for Fritz to crush that forehand down the line. Nice little setup there. The wide serve into the Shapovalov backhand. He's not able to do much, but set Fritz up for a nice put-away forehand there. Making Coach Russell quite happy on that one. Fritz into the Shapovalov forehand. That one is long. 40-15 now. 2 game points for the American to confirm the break here in the second set. That one will go in the net. And double fault there from Fritz. Still 40-30 now. Only Fritz's second double fault in the match. Fritz opens up here into the Shapovalov forehand, who nails a long return there. Shapovalov taking the offensive. Fritz fires on the backhand. Shapovalov going cross court. Fritz goes cross court. Backhand to forehand exchange here. Shapovalov into the Fritz forehand. Shapovalov taking control of the point, moving Fritz around now. Shapovalov going with the forehand into the backhand of Fritz. Fritz backhand cross court here, deep into the Shapovalov forehand. Shapovalov unscrews and nails a forehand inside out winner. What a shot there from Shapovalov. Able to take control of this point, move Fritz from side to side, really isolating that backhand and able to unleash on that forehand inside out. What a thing of beauty there from the Canadian. 22 length rally, longest rally of the match. Both men must be feeling it now. It's the first point that's gone over 9 shots in this one. And Fritz breathing heavy here, unable to get the first serve. Deuce point. Fritz into the Shapovalov backhand. Shapovalov unleashes into the forehand of Fritz, who sets up a nice forced error there. Shapovalov furious with himself. Should have done more there with that cross-court shot, landing a bit short, and Fritz able to take advantage of it. Another game point here for Fritz. Fritz, that serve is just long. Fritz into the Shapovalov forehand. Sets up a forehand into the backhand of Shapovalov, who goes down the line. Shapovalov forehand into the forehand of Fritz. Backhand, and that one will go wide as Fritz confirms the break. 3-1 here in the second set. Coach Russell liking what he's seeing there from the top player. Shapovalov into the Fritz forehand, and that one goes long. 15 love now for Shapovalov. Shapovalov into the Fritz backhand. That one just wide. Shapovalov into the Fritz forehand. Sets up a nice little backhand into the Fritz forehand. Backhand cross-court exchange. Deep into the Fritz backhand. Shapovalov into the forehand of Fritz. Shapovalov into the forehand. Goes backhand to backhand here. Down the line, a little chip shot from Shapovalov into the backhand of Fritz. Another long rally here as Shapovalov misfires on that forehand into the net. $17-shot rally. This match is starting to become a war of attrition. As both players going full force. 15-all. Shapovalov misses the first. Shapovalov into the Fritz backhand. Fritz goes down the middle. Opens up the court. Shapovalov on the run now. Approaches the net. Little drop volley winner here. And a pass from Taylor Fritz, who's able to get up to the Shapovalov touch volley. And rifles a backhand cross court for the winner. What a play there from Taylor Fritz, who opens a 15-30 lead. Well, it would be pretty big for Fritz here to grab a double break in this one. Really give him some breathing room. Shapovalov goes and hits an ace there, just kisses the sideline to bring up 30-all. Big serve there on a big-time point for the Canadian. A must-hold service game from Shapovalov. 30-all. Shapovalov goes into the forehand of Fritz, but that one is long. Shapovalov into the Fritz forehand. Backhand from Shapovalov, who goes for broke and just barely misses that one. A few millimeters, but he's looking at a 30-40 deficit here. Chance for a double break from Fritz. Shapovalov upset with himself there. Knew he had that one in his racket strings. Fritz seizing the opportunity now. Shapovalov goes for a big first serve, but that one won't go. Finds the net. Pressure here on the second serve. And that one goes into the Fritz forehand, but that's called for a let. Take one. Shapovalov goes into the Fritz backhand. Opens up on the forehand wing and nails a winner there. Fritz losing his footing. It looks like he slid on the baseline, and Shapovalov able to take full advantage of that. Fritz is okay, thankfully. Shapovalov's first serve is long. Unable to buy a first serve here in this game. Shapovalov into the Fritz forehand, who misses the return in the net. Kind of a gift there from Fritz off a second serve that didn't have much on it, just spun it into the court and ends up with game point here for Shapovalov. Shapovalov into the Fritz forehand, and that one also finds the net. Shapovalov escapes from that one. Fritz, however, still in front, 3-2. All right, Fritz back with his nose in front, 3-2 into the Shapovalov backhand. Fritz unable to find the down-the-line backhand winner there as that one goes just wide. Love 15. Unbelievable, the momentum shifts here in this sport. Fritz with a chance at a double break and now staring a love 15 lead. Big serve into the Shapovalov forehand. Fritz into the backhand of Shapovalov, sets up an overhead here, and Fritz is able to crush that one and take control of the point. Great move there from Fritz moving forward. We haven't seen him come up to the net too much in this one, but able to set up the play nicely and end it with an overhead. 15-all. Fritz serve just wide there. High to the Shapovalov backhand, who gets it on the line and misses the forehand down the line there. Just out of position. Shapovalov not on balance in a lot of these shots. It's his playing style, not very textbook or academic-like for those watching back home, but boy, when he's on, it's a joy to watch. Fortunately for him here, down 15-30. Fritz, big serve there down the tee, sets up on the backhand, who goes just down the middle. Shapovalov nowhere to be found there on that point. Fritz brings up 2 game points. Shapovalov continues to chirp at his box. Fritz doing everything right here in the second set to put him in a nice position here. First serve just long. Fritz goes into the Shapovalov backhand, who misfires there. And Fritz holds 4-2. Fritz will go and change his racket. Players typically changing rackets every 5 to 6 games. Of course, with the new balls coming out here. Another must-hold service game for Shapovalov, staring a 2-4 deficit in the second set, having lost the first 6-4. An hour and 5 minutes of play on the clock. Shapovalov into the Fritz forehand, who is falling over on that one. That one sails long. 15-love for Shapovalov. Shapovalov is going to need to buy some big first serves in this one. He's struggling on that wing all match long. 57% from first serve delivery. Able to get that one to go. 30-love here now for Shapovalov. Shapovalov misses that one long. Shapovalov double fault there. His first of this second set puts him at 9 double faults on the afternoon. To Fritz's 2. Shapovalov now misses the first serve. That one hits the net. He'll hit a second serve. It's Fritz closing the gap here into the forehand of Fritz, who misses that one just long. Fritz kind of struggling off the forehand return wing. Missing a few in the net, and now long as he's unable to read the Shapovalov serve properly here in the second set. Shapovalov now 40-15. Big miss there from Shapovalov. Misses by about 7 feet, the service box there. Second serve now into the Fritz forehand, who crushes a return winner. Feels like he listened to our commentary there, as he's able to connect. Great timing on that forehand. I mean, Shapovalov serving it right into the sweet spot, right into the wheelhouse of Fritz. He was able to crush that one for a winner. Still game point here, 40-30. Shapovalov missing the first serve. Shapovalov spins it into the backhand of Fritz. Shapovalov going forehand here into the Shapovalov backhand. Shapovalov misses that one long. So he's now barking at Coach Fatong there in the front row. Just absolutely furious. Can't get anything to go here. Shapovalov is known to be a great player when he's ahead, but can also lose it when he's behind. The mind of a tennis player. Such a tricky sport. Shapovalov here. First serve into the Fritz forehand. Fritz missing that one narrowly. A little awry smile on his face. He knows he wants that one back. Game point for Shapovalov. Shapovalov finishes off with an ace. 4-3 for Fritz still in this second set. Remember, Fritz won the opening set 6-4 and is now leading 4-3 in the second set. All right, we pick things up here. Fritz winning the first point, 15-love. Comes up with a big first serve down the tee, 30-love. Shapovalov not getting a great read on the Fritz serve either in this second set. Quite a few short points with the exception of a couple of 2 or 3 long rallies. Fritz now serves into the Shapovalov backhand. Shapovalov hitting a cross-court backhand return, and that one is also in the net. 40-love here for Fritz, making light work in this 8th game. Fritz misses the first serve. Fritz into the Shapovalov forehand. Shapovalov loops the forehand long. Shapovalov trying to go for broke on that backhand cross court, and that one's no good as Fritz holds for a 5-3 lead. Shapovalov now serving to stay in the match, down 3-5 in the second. Goes into the Fritz backhand. Fritz cross court to the Shapovalov forehand. Shapovalov goes cross court, backhand to Shapovalov. Forehand from Fritz down the line. Shapovalov goes cross. Shapovalov moving inside the court and gets the winner inside out forehand there to go. 15-love. Shapovalov now. Big first serve down the tee, and Fritz unable to get a racket on it. 30-love. Shapovalov misses the first. Shapovalov now in the second. Gets it into the Fritz forehand. Fritz puts it back into the court. Backhand cross court from Shapovalov. And Fritz misfires on the forehand there. 3 game points for Shapovalov. 40-love. Shapovalov into the Fritz forehand. Shapovalov goes for the backhand there, and that one's in the net. 40-15. Shapovalov into the Fritz forehand. Misses the shot there, 40-30. What looked to be a comfortable game has now turned into a tight one. 40-30 now for Shapovalov. Shapovalov into the forehand of Fritz, and an ace there to seal things. 4-5 as Fritz will serve for this one. Fritz now serving for the match. Big first serve here to get things started, and Shapovalov misfires off the return. 15-love. Fritz now 3 points away from this one. Fritz, big serve there into the Shapovalov backhand. Sets up for the forehand. Gets inside to the Shapovalov backhand. Shapovalov going for the pass, but a beautiful volley there from Fritz, who finds it, and Shapovalov unable to come up with a pass. Great little turnaround volley there from Fritz to put Shapovalov on the run. He's unable to come up with a forehand flick passing shot. Shapovalov, Fritz into the Shapovalov forehand. Shapovalov, forehand to backhand. Fritz putting in the backhand. Shapovalov moving Fritz around. Fritz into the Shapovalov forehand, who puts that one wide. Shapovalov thinks about breaking the racket, but decides against it. And Fritz brings up 3 match points. Fritz goes for the first serve here. That one is long. He'll have a second serve coming up. Fritz goes into the Shapovalov backhand. Shapovalov loops one long here to buy him some time. Forehand to backhand. Fritz, that one finds the net. 2 match points remaining. Fritz, first serve there, just wide. Second serve. Fritz into the Shapovalov backhand. Fritz goes to the Shapovalov forehand. Shapovalov on course for a nice little winner. 1 match point remaining here, 40-30. Fritz into the backhand of Shapovalov, and that will do it for Taylor Fritz. 6-4, 6-4 after an hour and 17 minutes. What a performance from Taylor Fritz.